Movie, I believe you when you say you have no remorse, but I really feel like you should. Alright, hey guys. So, it's been a while since I've done a solo review, which is, for us, actually pretty impressive. So I'm trying something different. So I got this opportunity to kind of try new stuff. I'm trying something a little different. I'm also doing, recording this live while on TikTok. So I'm hoping to get some live questions out of this. I'll see if it works out. If nobody answers, cool, then I don't have to worry about it. But if somebody does, then cool. I'll have some live audience interactions, because I don't know how to do it on YouTube yet without being able to add my intro in. But anyway, so this is one of those cases where everyone was just busy as all hell, and there was no one else I could talk to, or no one else I can call in to do a review, and there's just a lot to catch up on right now. It's like, okay, I'll just do one of these solo. What's something that nobody's gonna really give a shit about if I watch it without them? I was like, oh, the new Michael B. Jordan Tom Clancy movie is out. Sure, I'll go watch that. And they're probably gonna be grateful that I did, because this movie is pretty fucking bad. It's... Where to begin on this thing? I mean, I just kind of was expecting, like, just a generic, rah, ultra-patriotic, dumbass bro movie. And that's more or less what this is. This is a pretty generic thriller, but the way it's made is kind of, like, shockingly incompetent given the genre. Because given that the cast it has, and the set pieces that are in it, and, just the sets and all that stuff, like, you can take an educated guess that this has a fairly, decently sized budget, but you would not believe that actually watching the movie. It feels shockingly cheap. And Michael B. Jordan's a big actor. There's no way he came cheap either. But the way this is made, it just baffles me that it was made, it's shot in this way, where it feels incompetent. Like, there are parts where it straight up feels like a student film, but at the same time, you see all these elaborate sets, and you see these different locations and all that stuff. But at the same time, then you get parts where, they're clearly swimming in a pool with a green screen in the background, and it just makes it feel so cheap. Makes it feel so... Ooh, what's the word? Pointless, dumb, amateurish. Amateurish. That's the word I'm looking for. And I looked up this director's filmography, and he's done a bunch of Spanish shows, and I think the only thing he's made relatively of note was Sicario 2, which I never saw, but I heard was pretty fucking bad. So I'm not too surprised this kind of follows that caliber, but my god, I don't know how you make a movie with these kinds of set pieces and these kind of actors and make it so fucking boring. And Michael B. Jordan, incredibly charming actor. Other people, Guy Pearce, who the minute you show up, I don't think I'm giving anything away. You're not gonna watch this. If you're not surprised, if you're actually surprised by the fact that he's the twist villain at the end, I don't know what to fucking tell you. And just a few of the people that I recognize but don't know the name of, and my phone is on there, so I can't look it up right now. And all these people that I've seen in other things, I know they're talented. I know they got charm. I know they have more going on for them than what this material is giving them. And somehow the director or the script or something just drained every ounce of charm and likability out of these actors. Like I said, Michael B. Jordan, insanely charming actor, dull as dishwater here. And I don't know if they just the directors told him, be straight-faced. Soldier people are serious. They got really serious faces. So every line they have is, gruff and serious. And there's, no room for, I don't know, personality. Okay, so what's the story of this movie? So this is... Oh, God, this is just so basic. This movie stars Michael B. Jordan playing a character that they say his name 5,000 times, but I forget. It's something really generic. And he is part of this op that goes on a CIA agent to fight off, I think it was Syrian insurgents, something like that. And it turns out, oh no, they're Russian. Ooh, and then the mission goes all right, and then they go home. But oh no, there's a massive cover up now. So there's a bunch of people going around and killing all the people that are on that op for some reason. Oh no, they said it was because it was payback. Oh, they wanted payback for those pesky American soldiers by killing them in just the dumbest, most slapsticky way possible. That's meant to be played 100% straight. Like, as bored as I was to the movie, the one thing that got like a genuinely strong reaction out of me was early on in the movie where this guy who was on the mission and he's like taking out the garbage in this kind of narrow street. And he has like his badly ADR kids in the background, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in a minute." And he's taking the trash, and it's very open road in broad fucking daylight. Like he should have seen this coming. And all of a sudden, this man just mows him over, but not like casually, but like not like the speedy way mowing someone over. And this guy gets like mowed over, but like in usual movies when someone gets run over by a van or something like that, it's usually like a sideways shot and then it just goes like it goes really fast. This van was maybe going like 15 miles an hour when it hit this guy, and we're supposed to believe he just like died instantly from this. Like we see that and him get like runned over a little bit, but I was like, okay, he might have some broken bones, but he's fine. Like there's no way I killed him. It's like if I like lightly bumped you with the side of my car and you went and then just died. It's so stupid. I watched it 3 times and I just laughed my ass off every single time. The other deaths are better, not by much in that sequence, but they are better. In that, like, there's some people just get shot up, but they don't really do actually have a reaction. This is a PG-13 movie, so there's no actual blood or anything like that. The body just kind of goes meh, and then it's dead. But it's like you see from the back, so you don't even see that front momentum. It's really shoddily made, is what I'm getting at here. And to the point where it would be funnier if it was doing something more interesting in the camera work. And that's where you have really the biggest issue that this movie has is the fact that on paper, even though it's like this super generic like thriller movie, you can at least make up with it with like good actors and good action and good shots, but all of it just fall completely flat to a baffling degree. That just goes. This director just does not seem to understand how to make good action shots, like good action scenes. And I don't know if that was limitations on budget or just a poor choreographer or whatever the case may be. But every action scene is just them mostly just standing around like sharing shots of people, but you don't actually see who they're shooting at. So it's mostly just like little flashes of light happening here and there. The camera doesn't move at all. And you see like little puffs of dust and shit pop up on the floor or on the wall as bullets fly past them. That's really the most exciting these action sequences get. And sometimes it'll be like a fist fight where they'll like roll around the ground for a little bit and they'll like trade blows and stuff like that. But it's like it's trying to do like the kind of action style that like John Wick or Nobody had, but it doesn't have the talent or the choreography to make that interesting. So these static shots just add nothing to this, and it just makes it incredibly boring and lifeless. And that's the theme that goes throughout the entire movie, just how goddamn lifeless this is, how goddamn nothing this is. Like, this is probably the most generic action movie I've seen in a really long time. Now, granted, with COVID and all that, that's a pretty low bar, but still, it's just amazing to me just how incompetent the most basic necessities for a good action thriller are not met here. And it just, the movie and the actors don't even seem to care when the action scenes actually happen. They don't really react to much. They're still like having these long lines of dialogue while they're being shot at. They're not even yelling them and just casually whispering to them while bullets are flying past them. And just, it's, man, what the fuck did they do to Michael B. Jordan? So anyway, all the military guys get shot up. Oh, I lost the connection apparently. Nope. There we go. Alright. So my connection's unstable. Ooh. This is the first time we're trying this. Bear with me. I don't know if I'll ever do this again, but it's worth a shot, right? And so anyway, these people get shot up, and then they eventually come from Michael B. Jordan. Now, Mike B. Jordan at this point is retired from the military. His wife Pam is pregnant, and if you forget her wife's name is Pam, don't worry. They're like this whole mantra for the rest of it is like, I had a wife. Her name was Pam. And that becomes like his mantra, because guess what? She dies because of the Russians. It's all about the Russians in this movie, because and that's the whole point of this whole thing is America needs a bad guy. Russia was always a good bad guy, so we're gonna make them the enemy and go to war with them. That's not me like being hyperbolic. That's literally the plot of the movie, and. So it turns into this revenge thriller where Michael B. Jordan's like, I need to avenge the people who murdered my wife. Now you know where they are. You tell me. It does all if this movie was made like 5 years ago, this role would be played by Gerard Butler. It's that kind of a role. It's pretty predictable. You pretty much know where it's going right away, but you can tell it's like trying to be smarter about it, but just failing miserably at it. Like there's this part where after he murders like this, I don't know, like Russian bastard or somebody, like publicly with at least a dozen witnesses, in a really weird way, where he like crashes into this dude's car. And then lights the car on fire, and then gets in the car to use that moment as an interrogation method. As if the car like would not be filling up with smoke or would explode at any moment, or really any other reasons why you should not do this. And it gets him like this name to like a Russian operative or what they think, but oh no, he was really a CIA agent, and this whole thing was a setup to get them all on Russian soil so they can murder American people on Russian soil and start a war. And it's like I make this movie sound more interesting than it actually is, but. Fuck, this is probably gonna be a short review because I don't have too much to say about it other than just, again, I was just so bored. And like it's not even just the fact the camera work is shitty. It's not even the fact that choreography is basic and bland. It's not even just the fact that the gunshots have no dynamic elements whatsoever to make you feel like any threat is actually occurring, so much as you're doing like a walkthrough and exhibit at Universal. It's also the fact that you can't see fucking shit in this movie. You can't see a goddamn thing. I'm probably swearing so much that I'm probably getting flagged on the live stream. Like, you can't see anything. Like, nothing is visible. Like, I had to turn, like, down all the lights I had, close all the windows, just so I can have the barest understanding of what is happening on screen. Like, it is pretty amazing that Tom Clancy... Now, granted, the Tom Clancy brand name has not meant much in the past decade or so. Like, outside of the Division game series. I know, like, they released games recently that were really shitty and glitchy. So maybe it is on brand. I was going to say, it's not really on brand for this kind of property. But, like, on the other hand, Tom Clancy has slapped their name on any kind of who's it that will take them. So maybe this is just where they're at now with their standards. I don't know, man. All I know is it just didn't drag on like other movies I've seen this year, so like I don't think this will make the worst list, but as far as like movies that I had to sit through now, I was just bored out of my goddamn mind, and it like did not help that I had to watch this by myself. Now again, not even to crack the top 20 of worst movies I've watched by myself, but fucking hell was this a slog. I don't know, maybe other people liked it better than I did. Like, if your dad is basic, he'll probably like it. I don't know. It feels like this is for bottom of the barrel. We'll watch anything with guns and pew-pews and patriotism, American soldier. Beyond that, there's like no redeeming qualities that make this movie worth watching. There's nothing that worth keeping invested in. It's as basic gets, and it feels like Michael B. Jordan is trying really fucking hard to make something of this, and it's just not fucking working. And I feel bad for the man, because like I can see him trying to like branch into different kinds of roles than he usually does, and like this is just one of those, like can he pull off like action thriller movie? And for the most part, like he does the action stuff decently enough, but it just like his talents are fucking wasted here. Everyone's talents are wasted here. There's some good fucking actors in the movie, and there's nothing to work with. So I think that's all I got for this, honestly. Like, I don't know, this is probably like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes, but like, yeah, don't waste your time. This is like, bleh, this is nothing. This is paste. This is just boring paste of like military action shooter. We got better movies to talk about. We still got to talk about like Mitchell's versus Machines, which I'm excited to see, and a few other ones that we'll probably get around to eventually. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for bearing with me. See you all later.